All right, let's take a look at naming or coming up with the molecular formula for a molecular compound. First of all, let's take a look at what we've got here. And we've got dihydrogen monoxide. One of the clues right off the bat that tells you that this is a molecular compound is that you see these two things here. You see actually the use of those prefixes that we saw before. And when you start to notice that, that's a pretty good hint that you're dealing with a molecular compound. Di and mono, those were those prefixes that we looked before. And again, we only use those in the naming of molecular compounds. So if you see it, that's a pretty good hint that you're dealing with a molecular compound. So great. How do we then write this out? Once we recognize these, we got to look at the rest of it because that's where the elements are going to come from. So there is hydrogen there, and here we have oxide. Again, if you try to find oxide on the periodic table, you're not going to have any luck trying to find that because you're not going to find an element named oxide. It's this ending here, the IDE. Now, you got to just get used to the fact that when you see or hear the word oxide, it is the shortened version of oxygen. Now, I know it's not oxine, so just be aware of that. Oxide is going to be oxygen. So when you look it up on the table, you'll find the big capital O. That's what you're looking for. And when you're looking up hydrogen, you're looking for a big capital H. And so if we were then to write this out, we would then write out H and O. And again, we have to make sure we're using capital letters because those are each standing for a separate element. Now, we're not done yet because we also have to worry about our letters. Now, the easy thing with molecular compounds is because they use these prefixes, it tells you pretty much how much of each you need. So in this case, it says dihydrogen. Over here, you can see there's the di, and there's the monoxide, meaning mono, meaning one. So we basically have 2 hydrogen and 1 oxygen. And when we write this out as in our molecular formula, it's going to look a little something like this. Dihydrogen, we have to make sure we write this down as a 2. And a monoxide, you might be tempted to write down 1, but again, because this is implied that we only have 1 if we don't have anything written there at all, we don't need to write this. It's kind of implied. If we don't have any number there, we're just going to assume that we at least have 1 of these things here. So just to let you know that when you see mono, you don't need to write a number beside it when you do the chemical formula or the molecular formula for it. That is it. So it is H2O. And that is how you do this. So this is the naming, the chemical formula for a molecular compound. That's it, everybody. I hope that helps. Good luck.